540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. There are some 4th of July impacts to Milwaukee City services this holiday weekend, including no garbage pickup today and adjusted parking enforcement. City and DPW offices will be closed today for Independence Day. Trash and recycling collection will be delayed, shifting forward after the holiday. Parking rules stay in place for today, but tomorrow there's no meter or hourly enforcement, and overnight rules are lifted tonight. Milwaukee County is set to light up the lakefront tonight with a drone show at McKinley Beach. Events start at 3 with games, food, and vendors leading up to the show at just after 9:15. Hundreds of drones will create moving images in the sky, highlighting patriotic themes and Milwaukee landmarks, all synced to music. County leaders say the goal is to bring people together for a free, family-friendly celebration. Parking is limited, and officials recommend getting there early. 4th of July festivities will also be spread out across several City of Milwaukee parks. Several parks will hold celebrations, while a few locations will feature fireworks tomorrow night. Those include Jackson, Lincoln, and Washington. Officials encourage people to check online for specific park details and to see if the weather may impact things. It's all news all morning from 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. Federal law enforcement is not going to follow certain rules in Milwaukee. A spokesperson for ICE told the Journal Sentinel the agency has no intentions of not wearing masks while conducting operations in the Brew City. The spokesperson called the ban despicable and an attempt to endanger ICE officers. Recent ICE activity in Milwaukee has raised some controversy among leaders and residents, including the use of masks by agents. Dozens of people have reportedly been arrested by ICE recently, mentioning aggressive tactics and masks. After a series of crashes and complaints, Milwaukee officials are weighing new limits on electric scooters across the city. Proposed changes include raising fines up to $200 and capping speeds in busy areas. Leaders point to videos showing riders breaking rules and causing injuries, including one that seriously hurt a business owner. While some officials say enforcement is lacking, others believe expanding bike lanes could make scooter use safer. People in Milwaukee County impacted by April's severe storms and flooding can now apply for federal disaster assistance. FEMA says help may include grants for home repairs, temporary housing, and low-cost loans for uninsured losses. The aid follows a federal disaster declaration covering multiple counties, including Milwaukee. City and county agencies may also get support for repairs and emergency work. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
For Civic Media News, I'm Connie Fellman. More than 16,000 Wisconsin moms are expected to gain a full year of health coverage after childbirth starting this week. Governor Tony Evers says the new law extends Medicaid coverage from 60 days to 12 months, aiming to improve care during what doctors call a critical period. State health officials say nearly half of pregnancy-related deaths happen in that first year, and most are preventable. Supporters call the change life-saving. The state says eligible moms will be automatically enrolled. Baseball-sized hail pelted Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties yesterday as storms ripped through northeast Wisconsin. Nearly 70-mile-per-hour winds toppled trees and knocked out power for more than 12,000 homes from Green Bay to Winnebago County. The National Weather Service is forecasting more possible thunderstorms for the Green Bay and Fox Valley areas later this afternoon. A piece of American history will be sailing into the Bay of Green Bay to help thank those who gave us the independence we're celebrating this weekend. The historic tall ship Utopia sails into port tomorrow, offering the public multiple opportunities to experience part of Wisconsin's maritime history. Free deck tours are open to the public, as well as ticketed charters and tours. The Utopia will also host a morning veteran cruise on July 4th. How patriotic are you feeling as we gear up to celebrate our country's 250th birthday? A recent survey found that here in Wisconsin, we're in the middle of the road when it comes to patriotism. A recent Wallet Hub survey ranked the 50 most patriotic states in the country based on military and civic engagement. The finance website looked at items such as the number of military enlistees and veterans, and how many people voted in the 2024 election. The Badger State was ranked 25th in the survey, but was listed 15th in the civic engagement category. In case you were wondering, Virginia was ranked as the most patriotic state. The Oshkosh Police Department has seized more than 600 illegal fireworks from a stand following an investigation last week. Police say they became aware of the stand on June 26th after receiving information that it may be selling fireworks. An inspection was conducted the following day and found the business selling prohibited fireworks out of a separate trailer parked away from the main stand. The materials are estimated to be worth $29,000. The investigation remains ongoing. Wisconsin conservation wardens are teaming up with local law enforcement to keep people safe on our waterways and roadways this holiday weekend. The DNR's Operation Dry Water goes into effect today, with additional patrols on lakes and rivers looking for impaired boaters. As Civic Media's James Kelly tells us, authorities are also double-teaming to keep drunk drivers off the roads.
In addition to the increased enforcement on the water by the DNR, AAA will once again work to keep impaired drivers off the road. The organization will officially reactivate its Tow to Go program, running from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 a.m. on Monday. The program allows AAA members and non-members who become too impaired to drive to call for a ride and a tow for their vehicle for free. Organization officials are also reminding residents that the Tow to Go program should be a last resort, and if they plan to consume alcohol, they should arrange their own ride. For Civic Media News, I'm James Kelly.
Last year, close to 800,000 people called AAA for roadside assistance over the July 4th period. Wisconsin lawmakers are encouraging kids to avoid screens this summer. The Wisconsin Partnership for Kids hosted a kickball game between state legislators and youth players during a local summer camp in Waunakee this week. The two sides played each other at Heritage Elementary School. Democratic Representative Alex Jors told WMTV she hopes children take more opportunities to get out and socialize, noting what she described as a direct connection between screen time and isolation. Fireworks are a favorite part of the 4th of July holiday for many, but as Civic Media's Melissa Kay tells us, that fun can blow up quickly if fireworks aren't used safely.
Fireworks can be a blast, but they can also ruin the fun if someone gets hurt and are no fun at all for those sensitive to loud, unexpected noises. Eric Mackey, MD, an Aspirus emergency medicine physician, said they see a lot of burn injuries from fireworks.
One of the most common things that causes burns is sparklers. They are fun, and I know everybody enjoys them at this time of year, but they burn at an extremely high temperature, and even when the firework has completed, the residual stick from the sparkler remains very hot.
An important safety strategy involves making sure children are supervised appropriately and that an adult is the one igniting the fireworks. For Civic Media News, I'm Melissa Kay.
Last year, tens of thousands of people were treated in emergency departments in the U.S. for fireworks-related injuries. Department of Health Services is trying to cover its tracks after sending personal information to wrong addresses. Officials say notifications were sent out to affected individuals explaining their information may have been accessed by people who shouldn't have seen it. DHS notified the impacted Wisconsinites when the error was discovered back in April, compiling a list of more than 8,100 names. Those people have been offered free credit monitoring for 1 year and a dedicated call center to have questions answered. State wildlife officials say conflicts involving gray wolves, livestock, and pets are declining. The Department of Natural Resources paid about $200,000 in damage claims this year, almost $100,000 less than in 2024. Officials say complaints and verified wolf conflicts are down across the board. The DNR credits predator-proof fencing with helping protect livestock from wolf attacks. This comes as 2 federal bills seeking to remove gray wolves from the endangered species list remain pending. For many of us, the brightly colored explosions in the sky are a favorite part of celebrating our country's birthday. But as Civic Media's Melissa Kay tells us, for those who fought for the freedom we're celebrating, those fireworks can trigger painful memories.
For our military veterans living with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, exploding fireworks can trigger distressing memories. The Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs recommends tips to help veterans and their friends and families manage PTSD during fireworks. For veterans, find out in advance if a celebration will include them and when. Remind yourself you are safe and consider using earplugs or other sensory aids. For family and friends, ask how you can help. Offer words of support such as, "I am here with you now," and help the veteran remember where they currently are and that it is safe. I'm Melissa Kay, Civic Media News.
If you have a neighbor who's a combat veteran advocates ask that you just be courteous when shooting off fireworks. Consider letting them know, especially if you'll be lighting them off prior to the 4th or after. Those unfamiliar explosions and loud bangs also terrorize many pets this time of year whose owners don't realize their four-legged friends may not share our enthusiasm for fireworks shows. Animal advocates recommend leaving your dog at home inside if you're heading out to watch a fireworks show. If you plan to celebrate at home, just keep a close eye on your pet. Humane Society workers say the 4th of July holiday is one of the most common times of year for pets to go missing. They say the combination of loud fireworks, more people outdoors, and more guests coming and going through open doors creates ideal conditions for a scared pet to slip away. And that's your state news update. I'm Connie Fellman for Civic Media News.
Baseball tonight. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers on the road for this 4th of July weekend. They open up a 3-game weekend series tonight in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. It's part of an 11-game road trip, 5 games next week in St. Louis against the Cardinals, including a doubleheader on Tuesday. The next weekend, they're off to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates before the All-Star break. The Brewers losing yesterday to the Reds 7-2. Jacob Mizorowski taking the loss after giving up 5 runs in 5 innings. The Miz also informed because he's likely to pitch against the Pirates, he won't be able to start in the All-Star game.
I get it. I get, we're not looking for right now. We're looking for, September, October. So, it sucks. Obviously, I want to throw in a game like that, but, so be it.
That's the Brewers' Jacob Mizorowski. We'll have updates on the crew from Arizona throughout the weekend. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible today, and a couple of those could be strong to severe, so stay weather aware. Our high today right around 85. Tonight, 67. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. A few more scattered showers and thunderstorms with a high right around 78. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at WAUKradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.